ho. Howie Roseman is just never done, and definitely a lot to talk about. Man, can't wait to get into all of this. We have a new safety in the building, ready to go, and a new restructure, or an extension, I should say. Let's get straight into it.
Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
What is going on, guys? Your boy Joey Shake72 coming, guys, with the video now. So, I want to go over a couple things. Big news today. First is the extension for Lane Johnson. Gives him $13 million guaranteed. They give him a bigger pay raise till 2026, which is great. Redid his deal, so his cap number was about, $22-23 million for the year. They have reworked that deal. They lowered that cap number, I think, to like $14 million, something like that. And they save over like $9.3 million in cap space. So really right now, the Eagles are at $22 to $23 million in cap space. Okay, so Lane Johnson has not given up a sack in 2 seasons. As much as, his injuries have kind of been crazy the past few years with those 2 ankle injuries and now the torn abductor and him playing so well on it. Obviously, Howie Roseman doesn't want to let Lane Johnson go. And Lane Johnson's probably not even close to retiring because we really haven't heard from Lane even talking about retirement at this point. So what this is kind of telling me going forward into this draft, especially in the first round, I don't think they have interest in getting a offensive lineman in the first round of this draft. As much as some people wouldn't mind it, and I probably wouldn't mind it as much. It looks like Howie Lane Johnson is the man at right tackle, and honestly, like I said, not giving up any sacks in 2 seasons is huge for this offense, and has been a really good piece for us for years, ever since he's been drafted. So we freed up cap space, and what do we use that cap space for? Well, obviously not all of it. We still got some cap space left. That's why I think the Eagles are not done making moves even after this move I'm about to talk about right now, and that's Terrell Edmonds. Okay, Edmunds is a versatile player, a stopgap player. Signed a 1-year deal, 26 years old, former first-round pick. Was with the Steelers for 5 years, over 400 tackles. I mean, Terrell Edmonds, he could play outside. You could move him down the outside linebacker. You could move him around a little bit because he's a good tackler. The guy's real sticky in coverage, and I think as a part of having these 2 outside corners, you got a better safety in the building. We talked about Chauncey Gardner-Johnson and how we want to retain him so bad, and obviously was a big fan of him. But since he's not here anymore, you got a guy with a lot more experience and a guy that's really going to hone in on his skills. I mean, maybe Sean Desai moves him around a little bit in this defense. So what you have at safety right now with Terrell Edmonds there, Reed Blankenship with a nice sample size last year. Justin Evans will compete as well as that veteran signing for a backup role against Kevon Wallace and whoever else is back there. So I thought to the safety room as of right now that they got some good competition. I thought they've done a pretty good job. This signing right here, it really solidifies it really well because, like I said, I think this is, if you get the more guys you have in your defense that can move around, especially with Terrell Edmonds, what he could do on the field, I think this is really good. Never thought of this guy's name. I mean, Keanu Neal was brought in for a free agent visit the other day. So there are rumors as of right now that the Eagles are probably not done at safety. I don't know because they have a lot of moving pieces right now, especially with more cap space. Really anything can happen. I'm not saying that there's a Kevin Byard trade going to happen, but you never know. Devin White at linebacker or something like that. But this defense is really starting to come together right now to where the only positions you're really looking at is outside linebacker, if you want to add a third linebacker with Morrow and Dean, and obviously another defensive end, and you have a couple defensive tackles that you can get in the building as well. Still a good free agency list right now to what the Eagles could do, but getting Terrell Edmonds was definitely one of the most underrated moves with this team. I think the Morrow signing was great at linebacker, and I think this is going to be another one of those low-risk, high-reward, going to prove to himself what he could do in a year for the Philadelphia Eagles, kind of recreate himself again at 26 years old. It's not like you're getting an old safety in the building. They got youth in the building, okay? And man, this is really good value. And I'm saying, like, you got two outside, the Eagles retained both their outside corners in Bradbury and big play Slay, and then behind that, Reed, they might move him over, and then obviously Terrell Edmonds. You could play him in the box. You could do whatever you want with him. He's a really good, solid player that you got for this. I think is going to be a very underrated player for this defense. I'm telling you, I think Eagles fans should be really excited. I'm pretty excited because I saw this name. I was like, wow. I was like, they got a guy that can make some plays, man, and a lot of experience. So when we think about Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, the way he left and everything like that, unfortunately or fortunately, they got a better player in the building. I mean, realistically, they did. I don't know what the contract is for Terrell Edmonds. It obviously can't be crazy amount of money. I mean, it could be $1 million or $2 million, or maybe a little bit more than that. Who knows? But I mean, from what you're getting, you have a full-time safety that's played it his whole career so far in the NFL, and he's a moving piece. You could move him down in the box. You could do so much with him. I think you got a lot of value here with this guy, and I think Eagles fans are going to like him a lot, and I feel really good about it. So freeing up that cap space was probably the best thing the Eagles could have did. And we already were waiting on the Lane Johnson restructure. What other moves could happen for the Philadelphia Eagles? And I think they're not even close to being done yet. I think they're still adding to this roster. And Howie Roseman's going to come up with 11. You had 11 free agents on your defense, and look at the moves that he has done already. You know what I mean? So there's a lot going on here what the Eagles could do, and I feel like going forward, you could be looking at another defensive tackle in the building, another defensive end. Obviously you have Mara at linebacker, but they could add more to it. So the Eagles are not done. You freed up some good cap space now. Even $23 million is pretty good. You kind of doubled what you just had from 14 to 23, 24 million. And I'm not saying you're going to have 3 big monster signings, but you could sign a couple guys that could really help this defense out. And I'm actually really excited to see what they do here. So Lane Johnson's here till 2026. I was actually surprised it was an extension more than a restructure. I think they just really want him here. And I guess they think he could be in the building for a longer time. So they lessen that cap number from like $23 to $14 million. They save $9.5 million from the move. And there's only good things happening in Philadelphia right now. So if you lasted this long and you love the Terrell Edmonds signing, definitely hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We're coming out with Eagles news every single day. Howie Roseman is getting this defense together, and it's looking better and better each week. We just got to be patient, guys. Just be patient, and we will let Howie cook, let Howie do his work, and we'll be ready to go. You guys let me know on these 2 moves, the extension for Lane, and obviously the big signing at safety with Terrell Edmonds. And do you think the Eagles are done? Because I don't think they're done at all. I don't think they're even close to it. I think there's a lot more they're going to do to this roster. I'm waiting for that move, that underrated, that other move that he's gonna get somebody. Something's brewing right now. Something's happening right now, and I feel like it's coming soon. So, all right, you guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys on the next one. Shake it up, follow, slide. Peace out, guys. Peace.